I'll tell you what, spiders, they're always ready, aren't they? Spiders, always ready for action. A spider is always ready, like that. Completely ready, all the time. I mean, some animals are sometimes ready. You scare a cat, it'll go, ooh, like that, okay? Then it goes back to chilled. They're most of the time, they're just on their side, aren't they, cats? Cats are just chill out, like that, head down, all four limbs stretched out in one direction. You will never see a spider like that. You will never see a spider just lying on the floor with its head down like that, and all 8 legs just out like that. What the fuck? They're always ready, like that. And they're always ready in every direction, like the fucking Matrix. They don't have to go, what was that? They don't have to do it. They've got fucking 10 eyes and 8 legs, over the top. They're even ready when you don't think they're ready. You can see an empty web, and you go, that spider's not ready. No? Touch the web. What? Touch the web. And it's there. I fucking hate them. 37,000 different species of spider. 37,000 different species of spider. I mean, millions and billions of individual in each species, okay? And that's just one class, arachnid, of one phylum, Arthropoda, which there are many. There could be 5 million species of animal on the earth. Best guess, right? Minimum, scientists say. There's so many we can't, but 5 million. And that's 1% of all animal species that have ever existed. 99% of all animal species that ever existed are extinct. And that remaining 1% is 5 million strong. Take one of those species, termites. If you were to weigh every termite alive now, it would be 10 times the tonnage of every human being on Earth. And it's statistics like that that make me think that this book isn't totally accurate. It's the Book of Noah, the children's edition. I got this as a prize at Sunday school. I used to go every week. I believed in all this till I was about 8. This is when I was 4. St Agnes Sunday School, presented to Ricky Gervais, R-I-K-K-I, like a fucking mongoose. For regular attendance, not even for doing anything good, just for turning up. Oh, he's always here. Give him some. He'll be back. Thank you. Let's have a look at the evidence. Long, long ago, when God first made the earth... I'll let both those points slip. We haven't got time. Okay. Long, long ago, I should just say, is 5,000 years, according to the Bible. According to the Old Testament, the earth is no older than 5,000 years, okay? Which puts us around the time of the agricultural revolution. It's actually 4.6 billion years old. Let's pop that in. 4.6 billion years ago, when God first made the earth and sky. All right, don't big it up. I mean, it comes as a package, really, doesn't it? The sky was never an optional extra. It could be, I built your planet, I can't breathe. Would you like an atmosphere? Of course I fucking would. So, everything was peaceful, everything beautiful. God made human beings too. And he wanted them to be good like himself. Arrogant, isn't it? But very soon they wanted their own way. They would not listen to God. They became wicked and did wicked things. Look at them doing wicked things there. Look at that. You can't get more wicked than that. Oh, fuck off, wicked. Fuck off, wicked. God looking on. Yeah, carry on. See what happens. See what happens. Bloke there running off with a big bag of money. Don't put it in a bank, you cunt. God looked at them and said to himself, they are so wicked, I will have to wipe them off the face of the earth. Really? That's your only choice, is it? You'll have to. Straight to genocide. No 1 verbal and 2 written warnings. No, just straight to the annihilation of the entire human race because a fatty yellow trousers picked someone's nose. That's your solution, is it? I mean, anger management, chill the fuck out. I read this book to Carl Pilkington, right? Who, yeah, he is an absolute, yes, he is, man. Yeah. Head like a fucking orange, I know. But I got to this bit and I said, they are so wicked, I will have to wipe them the face of the earth. And Carl goes, he sounds gay. I went, what do you mean? He went, some gays are a bit like that. He thought God was having a hissy fit. Like God's going, look what they've done. No, they're treating me like a cunt. I'm going to treat them like a cunt. I said, Carl, God is not gay. Right? Read the Bible, he hates them. He went to the same university as me, University College London. And I think it was there where I turned away from politics, because I'd been interested, sort of, you know, all my life, particularly at 15, 16, 17, becoming politicised, hanging out in the sixth form and discussing communism and stuff. And I do things like, I used to sell anti-Nazi League badges and collect for the miners, because it was noisy, mainly. And I even had that poster of Che Guevara on my wall at home to annoy my mum. It backfired, she thought it was Robert Lindsay. And then, when I got to college, there were people better at that than me. Do you know what I mean? There were people that really meant it, and I was thinking, oh God, was I like that? I'll give you an example. I did philosophy, and after a few weeks, you had to choose your options for the 3 years. And compulsory subjects were logic and Greek philosophy, and you had to choose about 6 others. And I chose philosophy of science, philosophy of mind, morality. And there was a Marxism option. And I thought, that'd be great, I've always been interested in that, and I'll do it. And it was only a small department, 25 people, and the tutors were all out, and you had to queue up and tick the thing you wanted. And I looked over at the queue for Marxism, and there were 10 people in this queue. 3 of them were wearing berets. And I thought, God, I can't spend 3 years in a room with what I used to call at the time, cunts. The first bloke I saw hooked up with was the opposite of that. He was this big lumbering chemist called Pete Bront, yeah? And I think it was about the first person I met, and he lived literally opposite me in the corridor at Ivor Evans Hall in Camden. And 18, like the rest of us, but the mind of a 55-year-old fascist cab driver. Do you know what I mean? Like, just society was going to the dogs and, oh, God, oh, the things I could do if I was in charge, that sort of thing. And I remember there was an advert at the time for Strongbow. And at the end of the advert, 2 arrows were fired from a longbow that went and split the wood on the bar. That gave him the horn, that advert. Because he used to imagine executing muggers and rapists like that. And it would come on, and he'd go quiet. And he'd be watching it like that. And then, as it would go, he'd go, ooh, that was in their head. And he also used that to exorcise demons. Like, he walked along the street, and it was like early 80s, so if he saw someone coming the other way, like a bloke with long hair and makeup or something, he'd just watch him, and he'd go, oh. He'd be imagining killing him. Once we were walking home from college, and he used to go in every day and buy his Evening Standard. Right? There was a little kiosk, I don't know if it's still there, but it was like just 2 piles of Standards and a little old woman selling them. And he went in this particular day, bought his Standard, 10p, looked at it, and the cover story that day was a big photograph of an old age pensioner. She'd been mugged, and there was a picture of her and it's cuts and bruises, an awful story. And the old lady, just making conversation, she probably said it to everyone who came in that day. She went to Pete, it's awful, isn't it? And he went, yeah, yeah, she's 93, scarred for life. But you leave it, don't you? Pete went, well, it's not scarred for life then, is it? She went, what? He went, you scar a baby for life, don't you? Shh. But if she lives till she's 100, she's only been scarred for 7% of her life. He did the maths for her. Like, this old woman's meant to go, yeah, you're right, fuck her. But politics starts at an early age. You don't need to go to college to be exposed to politics. I think it starts from year 0, you know. It's in little sayings and songs, nursery rhymes, fables. They're charged with morality for kids. And I remember I must have been as young as sort of 6 or 7, because it was infant school. And the first Monday of every month, the deputy headmaster used to do a fable at assembly, and it was his best day, okay? Now, he used to make it last about half an hour to 40 minutes, and he thought he was Peter Ustinov. And looking back, I think all the other teachers were going, look at that fucking wanker showing off to 6-year-olds. He'd take his shoes off as well, yeah. And I'll tell one that he told, a fable, okay? It was the fable of the two mice, the lazy mouse and the industrious mouse. All through the summer, there was lots of berries on the trees, the sun was shining, it was lovely and warm. The lazy mouse would be eating berries off the tree, taking a bite, throwing it away, there was loads, right? The industrious mouse, he'd have a berry, sure. But he'd eat it all and he'd save one as well. Lazy mouse, forget that, just eating berries, running around, okay. The industrious mouse, well, I said, you know what, you should, look forward to winter because those berries won't be, fuck off, you square, I've adapted it, right? So anyway, you get the picture. So all through the summer, he's eating berries, he's running around, sunbathing. The industrious mouse, he's busy, he's eating berries, collecting berries, freeze drying them, chopping wood with a little axe that he's fashioned out of a twig and a tiny little sliver of flint. And he's tied it on with a horsehair, and thus making it easier for him to stockpile wood for a much colder season. He hasn't got a fire at the moment, he's too hot, if anything. Just lying there like, oh. But come winter, burn the wood, make a fire. So, last summer. So, cut a long story, I'm making it last longer than he did, for fuck's sake. Right. So, autumn comes, same pattern. Lazy mouse, he's just fucking about eating the last of the berries, right? The industrious mouse, collecting the last of the berries, and he's got too much wood, if you want, in my opinion, but he's not going to run out. The stuff at the back's probably damp. Circulate it. Doesn't know what he's doing, but he's doing his best. And the lazy mouse, he's just having a laugh. He's loving autumn. He's just kicking through the leaves. Underneath the leaves. You can't see him because he's too short, but you can see the leaves sort of move like that. You sort of go, what's that? I can't say, it's just lazy mouse. You can't, but that's what's happening. Don't think it's a ghost or something, or it's just... If you could go in there like with a really high-tech sort, like in Discovery Channel, they go, you'd probably see the lazy mouse going. And winter comes. The ground is cold and hard. There's no berries on the trees anymore. It's freezing, okay? The lazy mouse is out there, he's scurrying around, he can't find anything. The industrious mouse is in his cottage. That he's built out of just odds and ends. Roaring twig fire, pipe, rocking chair, or a pebble, just a pebble, sort of modern. And don't they hibernate? This is bollocks, isn't it? These mice didn't, anyway. So he's there, and there's a knock at the door. And he thinks, who's that? So he goes over to the little door. Tiny knob, obviously. Really good. What do you want? It's obvious what he wants, isn't it? And he goes, it's cold, and I'm hungry, and there's, definitely smokes now. Right? That's not my porn mag. Right, he goes, well, I did warn you, didn't I? Yeah. Never mind. Come on in and share with me. Where's the moral there? What is the moral of that tale? Fuck around, do what you want, then scrounge off a do-gooder. It's a terrible lesson for kids. Most of the kids in my class kept that up. He also told the one about the boy who cried wolf. A boy looking after his sheep. Gets a bit bored. It is boring. Just making sure you got probably tiring as well, because if you're counting them, you're probably getting a bit drowsy, aren't you? Anyway, so gets a bit bored. Nothing to do here in the Bible. Anyway, so a long time ago, and he goes, it was just a Monday. That's the worst, isn't it? And he's just bored, and he goes, I know what, I'll have a laugh. And he goes, wolf, 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 wolf. And the villagers come out and goes, where's the wolf? They go, no, there's no wolf. He goes, oh, you're fool. So the next day, he thinks, well, that worked a treat, I'll do that again. He goes, wolf, wolf, wolf. Where's the wolf this time? Still no wolf. Oh, yeah, oh. Third day, there really is a wolf. And he goes, wolf, 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 wolf. But the villagers don't come because they don't believe him. And we were told the moral of that is never tell a lie. No, it isn't. The moral of that is never tell the same lie twice. Terrible lesson for kids.